When was the last time you actually looked at your truck and asked yourself if you could fix it on the side of the road? Because that question right there, that tells you everything you need to know about whether you bought a tool or bought a problem. I spent 3 years watching my neighbor work on his 2022 F-150. Not once did I see him actually wrench on it himself. Every single issue, big or small, meant loading it on a trailer and hauling it to the dealership. Sensors, throwing codes, modules, refusing to talk to each other. And one time, the truck went into limp mode because a wire harness got moisture in it. The fix? $1,800 in 4 days waiting for a part to ship from Michigan. Then there's the guy 2 streets over, drives a beat-up 1993 Chevy K1500. Things got rust on the rockers and a dent in the tailgate the size of a watermelon. Last week his alternator died. He swapped it himself in his driveway with a socket set and a cold beer. 45 minutes, $60 part, back on the road. Same job on a modern truck. You're looking at pulling half the front end apart just to get to the alternator. And if you don't have the dealer scan tool to tell the computer you installed a new one, the truck might not even charge right. The trucks that refuse to die aren't the ones with the most horsepower or the fanciest interiors. They're the ones built before engineers started designing them to need a dealership. We're talking about pickups from an era when a breakdown meant you grabbed your toolbox, not your phone. These trucks were designed with straightforward mechanical systems. Engines were robust. Suspensions were tough as hell, and the simplicity made them easier to repair and maintain. No computers, no modules, just metal, fuel, and your ability to turn a wrench. So let's talk about 5 American pickups that were built to last forever and why they actually do. Number 5, the 1973 to 1987 Chevrolet K10 and K20 with the 350 small block. Here's where we start with the most produced, most reliable, most rebuildable engine in American history. Over 100 million small blocks were built in carbureted and fuel-injected forms between 1955 and November 2011. You read that right, 100 million. The 350 cubic inch series became the best-known Chevrolet small block and was installed in everything from station wagons and sports cars to commercial vehicles, boats, and industrial equipment. And the reason it ended up in everything is simple. It works. A well-maintained stock 350 can often exceed 100,000 miles without major repairs, with some commercial examples surpassing 1 million miles. In February 2008, a Wisconsin businessman reported that his 1991 Chevrolet C1500 pickup had logged over 1 million miles without any major repairs to its small block 350 V8. Nobody at the dealership will tell you this. The reason the 350 lasts so long is because it was designed before computers, before emissions strangled power output, and before manufacturers realized they could make more money selling you parts than selling you trucks. The rounded line K10 and K20 trucks from 1973 to 1987 paired this engine with simple ladder frames, basic suspensions, and manual everything. No electronic fuel injection until the very end of the run. Just a carburetor, a distributor, and your ability to set timing with a light. Parts, walk into any auto parts store in America and ask for 350 small block parts. They'll have an entire aisle. That's not a coincidence. That's 100 million engines worth of infrastructure. What to look for when buying used: check for oil leaks at the rear main seal and valve covers. Common but cheap to fix. Listen for a knock at startup that disappears when warm, or if it's quiet, you've probably got a good one. These engines are so well documented that any mechanic in any town can work on one. Number 4, the 1988 to 1994 Ford F250 with the 7.3 liter IDI diesel. The 7.3 liter IDI diesel has a legacy of simplicity and reliability. And when you maintain it right, this engine will outlast pretty much anything. Notice I said IDI, not Power Stroke. The naturally aspirated or turbocharged IDI that came before Ford went electronic. This engine uses a simple mechanical injection system with a Stanadyne DB2 rotary style injection pump that feeds mechanical Pintle type fuel injectors. Fuel gets delivered by a camshaft driven mechanical pump mounted to the block. No computers controlling your fuel, no sensors deciding whether you get to drive today. The IDI runs on compression, mechanical timing, and glow plugs. That's it. The most powerful version of the naturally aspirated 7.3 liter IDI was rated at 185 horsepower and 358 pound-feet of torque, while the turbocharged version pushed up to 190 horsepower and 388 pound-feet. Not impressive by modern standards, but low horsepower means low stress, and low stress means the engine isn't working hard to do what you're asking it to do. I've seen these trucks with over 300,000 miles still hauling fifth wheels across the Southwest. The injection pump is rebuildable. The glow plug system is dead simple, and if something breaks, you can diagnose it in the field without a laptop. The catch? Ultra low sulfur diesel doesn't lubricate as well as the old stuff. Add a bottle of fuel additive every fill up. That's the price of mechanical independence, and it's a cheap one. What to look for when buying used? Check the glow plug system first. A slow cold start usually means weak glow plugs, not a sick engine. Look for white smoke on startup that clears quickly. That's normal. Blue smoke at idle is not. Inspect the injection pump for seeps at the throttle shaft. A clean pump on a high mileage IDI is a green flag. Number 3, the 1994 to 1998 Dodge Ram 2500 with the 12 valve Cummins. If the 7.3 IDI is the reliable workhorse, the 12 valve Cummins is the legend that refuses to die. The 12-valve 5.9 liter 6 BT Cummins came out of the box with 230 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque, and a P7100 inline injection pump. To thousands of diesel lovers, this 1,100-pound hunk of iron is the patriarch of the modern diesel performance era. The block and cylinder head are cast iron. The valve train uses only 2 valves per cylinder, driven by an in-block camshaft. The timing system is gear-driven, which means there's no belt or chain to stretch, wear, or snap. And the fuel injection system is fully mechanical, centered on a Bosch P7100 pump that operates without electronic control. That right there is why this thing matters. These trucks can be made to produce 500 rear-wheel horsepower with relative ease, rack up more than 20 miles per gallon on the highway, and easily last more than 500,000 miles. The owner evidence for 500,000 miles and beyond is documented and specific. On Cummins owner forums, accounts of 300,000 mile and 400,000 mile trucks owned by regular people are routine. A 1996 Dodge Ram with a 5.9 liter Cummins diesel engine has over 3,016,789 miles. And there are 2 other 5.9 liter Cummins engines that have also crossed 3 million miles. And think about what that actually means. A truck that outlasts the frame it sits in, a truck where the engine is still good after the body has rusted away twice. The weak link is the automatic transmission. The 4.7RH and 4.7RE offered behind the 6BT are the soft spot in the drivetrain. But pair this engine with the NV4 5speed manual, and you've got a combination that will outlive you. What to look for when buying used? Shift through all 5 gears in the NV4500 and feel for any grinding. Check the P7100 pump for fuel leaks at the banjo fittings. Ask when the lift pump was last replaced. That's the most common failure point. If the truck has been modified, ask what was done and why. A well-documented Cummins with tasteful bolt-ons is not something to walk away from. Number 2, the 1980 to 1996 Ford F150 and F250 with a 300 inline 6. This is the engine that built America, and most people drive right past it at every swap meet without knowing what they're looking at. The Ford 300 cubic inch inline 6, also called the 4.9 liter, was produced from 1965 all the way through 1996, 31 years. Ford kept building it because nobody could give them a good reason to stop. Farmers ran them, contractors ran them, the military ran them, construction fleets ran them, and they all came back and bought more because the engine refused to quit. What makes it special isn't power. It made about 145 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque in its later fuel-injected form. What makes it special is balance. A straight 6 has perfect primary and secondary balance, meaning it doesn't shake itself apart the way a V8 or a 4-cylinder does over hundreds of thousands of miles. Less vibration means less fatigue on every gasket, seal, and fastener in the engine. Add to that a cast iron block and head, a simple valve train, and a robust bottom end, and you have an engine that will run past 300,000 miles on nothing but oil changes and a timing chain. These engines were running work trucks in the 1980s, and they're still running them today. Parts availability is excellent. The 306 shares a lot of components with the small block Ford family, and it was produced long enough that the aftermarket is deep. A rebuild kit costs less than a set of tires. What to look for when buying used: listen for a smooth idle with no missing. These engines should purr. Check for any oil seepage around the valve cover, common and cheap. The biggest issue on high mileage examples is a worn timing chain that causes hard starts and rough idle. It's a half-day job and a $150 fix. If the engine is clean and the idle is steady, you're probably looking at another 150,000 miles. Number 1, the 1994.5 to 2003 Ford F250. An F350 with the 7.3 liter Power Stroke. This is the one. The diesel that every mechanic will tell you to buy if you want a truck that lasts. Robust iron parts, conservative power, and low engine speed are the key ingredients for any diesel engine lasting forever. And if a 7.3 liter Power Stroke has gone unmodified, yet been well maintained its entire life, 400,000 to 500,000 miles is virtually guaranteed. The 7.3 liter Power Stroke powered Ford Super Duty trucks and vans from 1994.5 through 2003 and earned a reputation for long life, simple emissions era architecture, and strong towing ability. Its HEUI injection system and stout cast iron construction helped many trucks reach 250,000 to 300,000 plus miles with proper maintenance. But the trucks that were taken care of from day one, they're the ones with 500,000 miles, still towing trailers and showing up for work. Here's the part nobody talks about enough. A big reason why the 7.3 liter Power Stroke lasts so long is the absence of emissions controls. Aside from a catalytic converter, the 7.3 liter's sole means of meeting emissions regulations relied on the engine's computer calibration. The exhaust gas recirculation system that had to be employed on its successor, the 6.0 liter Power Stroke, led to a cascade of operational failures that became notorious across the diesel community. no EGR, no diesel particulate filter, no DEF fluid, just an engine that burns diesel and makes power. The 7.3 does have a computer, it does have electronics, but the core of the engine, the block, the heads, the injection system, was designed to survive. 6 head bolts per cylinder, an untouched or lightly modified 7.3 liter can go its entire life with 0 head gasket issues. That's not luck, that's engineering with margin built in. Know what you own. If you're buying a used truck and you see a 7.3 Power Stroke, you're looking at an engine that was built during the brief window when Ford actually prioritized durability over emissions compliance. That window closed in 2003 and it hasn't reopened since. What to look for when buying used: check the oil for any sign of coolant. The Dega bottle and coolant filtration system are the known weak points. Listen for a cold start that fires within 2 or 3 seconds with good glow plugs. Look for any white smoke at idle that doesn't clear. A compression test on a suspect engine costs you an afternoon and tells you everything. A strong 7.3 with documented maintenance history is one of the best truck purchases you can make in any price range. The one thing they all have in common: these 5 trucks share one thing. They were all built before manufacturers realized they could turn your truck into a subscription service, before they locked the hood, before they made it illegal to fix your own property. A truck with a bad reputation and good maintenance will outlast a truck with a good reputation and bad maintenance every single time. That's not an opinion. That's what the mileage logs prove. The 350 small block, the 7.3 IDI, the 12-valve Cummins, the 300 inline 6, the 7.3 Power Stroke, 5 engines, 5 trucks, one principle: mechanical simplicity outlasts electronic complexity every time the odometer rolls past 300,000 miles. If your truck made this list, drop the year and current mileage in the comments. Let's see what these things are actually doing out in the real world. Because reputation doesn't pay your repair bills. The maintenance log does.